Alright everyone, so today we are going to have our Math Kangaroo level 1 to 2 mock test analysis, and also we are going to talk about our solution. So I think everyone already finished your mock test over the weekend. Let's take a look some data right here. So before we actually get started for today's webinar, I want to introduce myself to you guys. So here my name is Wenxin. I graduated from Georgia Tech. I graduated from electrical engineering with my master's degree. And here I'm full-time teacher at Think Academy. I teach ISEE, AMCA, Math Kangaroo level 1 to 2. And also I am the teacher for grade 2 long-term class. So that is a brief introduction about myself. Now let's get started for today's analysis and also talk about the solution. So let's first talk about Math Kangaroo. Why we should take Math Kangaroo and how popular the Math Kangaroo contest is. Here we can see the chart. We see as time goes by, every year we are having more and more students taking Math Kangaroo contest. And also especially for California, we see we have most participants around the nation. We have almost 34% students in California actually participate in Math Kangaroo. And also we can see, especially for lower grade, level 1, 2, level 3, 4, and also level 5 and 6, we have a lot of students actually take Math Kangaroo. And the reason why a lot of lower grade students take Math Kangaroo is because this contest is very interesting. The problem is not just hard, but actually can be tricky. Sometimes you need to spend a lot of time thinking the problem, how you can actually get the right solution. So that is a brief introduction about Math Kangaroo and why you should take Math Kangaroo. Now let's talk about the analysis for this mock test. So here is some information regarding Math Kangaroo. Each two levels will have the same test, but put into different group to rank. For example, level 1 to 2 is the same test paper. However, grade 1 and grade 2, you guys are put into different group to have the rank. And we are having all levels from G1 all the way to G12. And for each test, it's going to be 75 minutes. So talking about time, 75 minutes can be really challenging for some lower grade student. We will have some tricks for you when you take the exam, how you should distribute your time. And also for grade 1, 2, 3, 4, level 1 to 2, 3, and 4, we are having 24 questions. And for higher grade, we are having 30 questions. So that's the reason why you see the full score is going to be 96 full mark for level 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because we are going to have 3-point problem, 4-point problem, and 5-point problem. The more point you have, the harder the question will be. So for each, we will have 8 problems. That will give us total 96. And then for higher grade, that's going to be 100 points full mark. Today, we are going to just focus on level 1 and level 2. And also, we are going to focusing on 4-point problem and 5-point problem. Those problems are harder than 3-point problem. So this is the result analysis for this mock test we take over the weekend. We see the average is about 77 points out of 96. So this is pretty normal compared to real tests. The average is around 80. And here we can see we have 12% full scores. 12% student who actually got 96 full scores. Very good job, guys. And here we see the grade distribution. We have K that give us 8.3% students and G1 and G2. So here we see G2 has the most number of students who actually participate in Math Kangaroo. And also for our mock test, a lot of people ask us the difficulty. The difficulty is actually pretty similar to the real test. And we are going to see the problem. So let's actually talk about the modules in Math Kangaroo. We already studied Math Kangaroo for past several years, and we see for Math Kangaroo, many problems can be put in different modules. For example, word problem, geometry, calculation. For higher grade, we see we have having some problem like number theory, and also for even higher grade, we are going to have some other modules. So today, our focus is on level 1 and level 2. Here we see for level 1 and level 2, all past exams, we categorize all the problem mainly in 3 major modules: geometry, word problem, and then calculation. So 3 very important modules you need to tackle in order to ace the Math Kangaroo level 1 and level 2. So here, let's look at some problems we actually did in the mock test. Let's see how we are going to solve all those problems. So we see for Math Kangaroo, all the problems can be categorized basically in those modules. Math Kangaroo actually can be very, very tricky. So for example, for the calculation problem, we are not just going to simply add a number. 3 plus 5 is not going to happen in the test. However, on the test, the problem is going to be really tricky. We always need to double check our answer. Think twice how we are actually going to solve the problem. And also another challenge for kids to take the test is going to be 75 minutes. So we have 24 problems for level 1 to level 2. You can see for each problem, you almost have 3 minutes. So a lot of time, plenty of time for you to double check your answer. And also I will teach you how to do those problems step by step. And especially for those tricky problems, always double check your answer, okay? So now, let's get started for the real problem. This problem is in our mock test, and less than 80% of students got it right. So let's double check this problem. Here, we have the biggest 2-digit number that you can form using 9, 2, 3. And here we have a parenthesis. Each digit can be used only once. So here guys, I give you about 30 seconds. Read this problem one more time, and also use your pen on your paper, circle out some keywords we need to pay attention. All right, take your time. Okay, very good job guys. So here we see we have some very important keyword here we need to circle out. The biggest, right? We are going to find the biggest number. And is there any condition for this number? We see it's gonna be a 2-digit number, all right? It's a 2-digit number. So a lot of people actually choose answer choice C, which is a 3-digit number. So guys, read the problem carefully. Circle out this key information. We are going to have a 2-digit number. So the biggest 2-digit number using 9, 2, and 3, 99. Is that right? What else do we need to pay attention? Very good job. We see we are having a parenthesis at the end. So always read the problem and always circle out those keywords. Each digit can only be used once. So if we already use 9 for our 10th digit, for 1st digit, we cannot use 9 one more time. The other number we are having left is 2 and 3. So 2 and 3, which one should we choose to make the number the largest? We are going to choose 3. So it's going to be 93 for this problem. All right, again, read the problem. 2-digit number, and each digit can only be used once. So this is a problem in calculation. We can see for this calculation problem, it's not really hard, but actually can be tricky if you don't read the problem carefully. Okay, let's jump to another calculation problem. Here we have problem 6. And again, for this problem, a lot of people did it wrong. We have less than 80% correct rate on this problem. All right, let's read the problem one more time. So here we have each of John and his 4 friends. How many friends do we have? We have 4, guys. Circle out the key information. We have 4 friends. And each of John and his 4 friends has 2 bananas. And problem asks, after they give bananas to each other, how many bananas are there in total? So again, I give you guys about 30 seconds and try to solve this problem by yourself one more time. All right? Read the problem, circle out the key information, and then sometimes we may need to write down our scratch paper to see what the real answer is. Okay, so first question, how many number of people do we have in total? Someone say 4, someone say 5. Let's take a look. So here we have John. Okay, so we have John right here. And John has how many friends? We have 4 friends. Okay, so we have the first friend, the second friend, the third friend, and also the fourth friend. And we know for each of them we are having 2 bananas. So total number of banana is how many? For 2 for each person, we are going to have 5 people, right? So we can do 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. If you have not learned about multiplication, you can just add them up. Or if you already know how to do multiplication, you can just write 2 multiplied by 5. That will give us 10, total number 10. So the tricky part for this problem is to know how many total people we have. We are going to have total 5 people. And after they give banana to each other, the total remains the same. Alright, so this sentence, no matter how they are going to give banana to other people, total remains the same. Alright, this is the most important part in this problem. Total remains the same. So no matter how we are going to give our bananas to other friends, the total remains the same. If we will understand this, let's jump into a little practice here. Okay, let's do this practice. So this is a problem for Math Kangaroo level 1 to 2, question 20. So this is a 5 points problem. It's a pretty hard problem. Let's read this problem one more time. Alright, again, for this kind of problem, read the problem, circle out key information, and then draw the graph. Let's see. So here we have salmon has 2 identical tanks. There are 26 quarts of water in one and 42 quarts of water in the other. And we want to know how many quarts of water does salmon need to pour from second tank into the first one to make them the same. Alright, read the problem, and now let's circle out key information. How many water do we have in the first tank? We're having 26 quarts of water in the first tank. How many do we have in the second? We're having 42. So 2 very important information. We know the amount of water in both tanks. And now what are we going to do? We are going to pour some water from second to the first to make them the same. So now we have the key information. Let's draw the graph. Read, circle key information, and draw the graph. Alright, so here we have the first tank. Now we are going to have, let's say, 26 quarts of water. And the second tank is going to be a larger one. Okay, now we are having 42 quarts of water. So the question is, how many quarts of water does salmon need to pour from the second tank to the first one to make them the same? So how can we solve this problem? Again, we learned from the previous problem that the total remains the same. What about this problem? Do we still have the same total? Let's say today we have 2 bottles of water. If you transfer some water from one bottle to the other one, the total amount of water still the same. So total for this problem, again, total remains. Alright guys, this is a very important concept in this problem. So total remains the same. Let's see how many total do we have. So total, we are going to have 26 plus 42. That's going to be total amount of water we have in both tanks. So we add them up. That gives us 68. Right? We have total 68 amount of water. So after I transfer some water from one bottle to the other one, now we want to make them the same. Total is 68. How can we make them the same? It's just going to be 68 divided by 2. So we are going to have 34 quarts of water in both tanks. So now we see in the first tank, this goes higher. We are having 34. And for the second, we are going to have some loss, right? We are going to drop to 34. So now let's see how much water do we need to pour from the second tank to the first one. We just do the difference, 42. We can do let me erase this part, all right? So here we can just use the previous amount we have, which is 42 minus 34, and you will be able to get the answer. That is 8. And we can also double check from the first 10. 26 goes to 34, that's also 8. So A is the amount of water we are going to pour from the second tank to the first one. Answer choice D. So here we see for Math Kangaroo, from this two example, we see we do need to practice a lot. In the past exam, we will see a lot of very similar problems. For example, here, total remains the same, and the second problem, actually the same logic. Total remains the same, and this one is a 5 points problem. The first one is just gonna be a 3 points problem. So, guys, be confident, all right? If you can do a 3-point problem, and if you summarize all the key points, you will be able to do the 5 points problem. All right, let's move on to second problem here. Here is also a calculation problem. So here we know in 2 days, Jason walked 41 kilometers. And during the second day, he walked 4 kilometers less than 4 times as far as he did in the first day. How many kilometers did he walk in the second day? So here I give you guys about 1 minute, read the problem and write down in a scratch paper, all right? Redo the problem one more time. Let's see if you can get it right. All right, so let's start analyzing this problem. Here, we are going to travel. We are going to travel using 2 days. So Jason walked total. This is total. Okay, circle this key information. This is total. Guys, if you have some hard time doing the word problem, always circle out the key information, all right? Do the circle it out. And then we know during the second day, he walked 4 kilometers less than 4 times as far as he did in the first day. How many kilometers did he walk in the second day? So here we have a lot of information here. We know 4 kilometers less than 4 times as far as he did in the first day. It's pretty hard to analyze this sentence, right? So how can we get it started? So here, let me ask you a question. We are going to travel 2 days, first day and second day. So by analyzing this sentence, can someone tell me which day we travel more? The first day or the second day? Let's see. So here we are going to have our first day. He walked 4 kilometers less than 4 times as far as he did in the first day. So 4 kilometers less than 4 times as far as he did in the first day. Second day, the amount of we travel in second day is gonna be more than amount of we travel in the first day. So now we know the distance we travel in the first day is gonna be smaller. How can we actually solve this problem? Here, I will introduce you guys a method. It's called the line segments representation. So let's say, first day, I don't know how long I travel. Let's say I just travel this far, 1 line segment. This is the distance I travel in the first day. All right, let's represent how long I travel in the second day. Let's read the sentence one more time. 4 kilometers less than 4 times as far as he did in the first day. So here we have 4 meters less than and 4 times as far as the first day. We know for first day we have 1 line segment. So can you guys tell me how many line segments should we have for the second day? We are going to have 4 times as far as, right? 4 line segments. So let's draw our 4 line segments. 1, 2, 3, and 4. However, is that the distance we travel in our second day? Yes or no? No, because we are having 4 kilometers less than, right? 4 kilometers less than 4 times the line segment. So how can we represent on the graph? Here, let me use another color. So this is 4 line segments. It's gonna be 4, a little bit right here. Let's say this is 4 kilometers. So 4 kilometers less than 4 times. Then this is gonna be the distance. This is gonna be the distance for second day. All right. So it's gonna be 3 line segments plus a little bit. And this little bit is gonna be 1 line segments minus 4 kilometers. And okay, that's all we know from this sentence. What else do we know? We see we are going to have total 41 kilometers. That's how long we travel in 2 days. So here, let's use a big hug to include everything. All right, this gives us 41 kilometers. That means first day, second day, I total travel 41 kilometers. Now, how can we write down our equation to get the answer? Okay, first let's take a look at the graph. How many equal length line segments do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? So we have 5 line segments. And remember here, total distance. So actually, let me rewrite this big hug. This big hug actually should be on right here. So this big hug should be actually right here. It should be at the point where we minus the 4 kilometers. So it should be right here, right? This total gives us 41 kilometers. So we need to minus the 4 kilometers. So total 5 line segments. And then we are going to minus 4 kilometers. That will give us 41 kilometers. And we see 5 kilometers minus 4 gives us 41. The 5 kilometers is going to be 45. How can we get the value for 1 line segment? We can simply use 45 divided by 5. We are going to have 9 for 1 line segment. So now we know for 1 line segment is equal to 9. Then problem asks us, how many kilometers did we walk in the second day? Here we see in the second day, the distance is already marked up. For this distance, how many line segments do we have? It's going to be 3 plus this a little bit. Or we can see it's going to be 4 line segments minus 4, right? So we can do 4 multiplied by 9 minus 4. What is the result? This is going to be 32. So again, for this kind of problem, read the problem, circle out key information, and then draw the graph. So here we can actually use the line segments representation to solve this problem. Okay, so here let's recap this problem. First, we know the total, and also we know some relationship between first day and second day. And by analyzing this sentence, we know first day we travel less than second day. So let's just use 1 line segment to represent first day. And then we can use the representation to represent how long we travel in the second day. We also know the total, we can just write down our equation right here. So total 5 line segments minus this 4, that will give us total distance. Very good job. All right, so answer choice D for this problem. You can use line segments to solve this problem. This is for calculation part. Let's see, what about geometry? This problem, a lot of people also did it wrong. All right, we also have less than 70% correct rate for this problem. So let's read this problem one more time. Here we have a boat on the lake, and the problem asks us, which of picture does the boat look like in the lake? All right, so how can we solve this problem? Here you guys can think about if you are facing a mirror. Let's say here I'm having a playing card, okay? So now you are facing a mirror. What would you see in the mirror? This is the same as this problem because you can view the lake as a mirror. So actually we are having, this is the lake. So if we have the mirror, everything is gonna be symmetric. So let's draw that graph out. And let's draw it out, all right? So this will be what we have in the mirror, all right? So this point goes to right here. We have this point, and we connect these two. So now we see we are having this shape. Now let's also finish up our flag. If we draw out our flag, let's see what we have. So we can always find some reference point. Let's say this is the reference point we are going to use. So if we find our reference point, how can we solve this problem? If we have the reference point, we can just draw the vertical line to the lake. We are going to see It's right here. This is gonna be 1 point of our reference point. And here we have another reference point. If we draw vertical line to the lake, and on both sides we are going to have the same length. And now we're just going to connect them together. This would be our flag. So now we see we have this shape. Let's see which answer choice we should have. For answer choice A, we see the direction for the flag is not correct. So cross out answer choice A. What about answer choice B? We see for answer choice B, the direction is also wrong. And we are left in with answer choice C and D. So which one should we choose? We see the shape for the bow is slightly different. Here we are having for this part, we are having more of this angle, smaller angle, right? And for this part, we're having a larger angle. So by comparing C and D, which one should we choose? We are going to choose answer choice C for this problem. So here we see for this problem, actually, we are going to draw the lake and see we are going to actually have the mirror symmetry, all right? So think about you are holding a card and you are facing the mirror and thinking about what shape you will have, all right? So when you see this problem, draw the lake or the mirror and then find the reference point. Find the reference point, this is super important, all right? Find the reference point and you will be able to see which graph is actually the symmetric graph. All right, so this is one problem for geometry. Let's see what else we have. Here we're going to have a problem in word problem. All right, let's do a word problem. Previously, I talked about when we do problem on the test, 3 steps, guys, 3 steps. Read the problem, circle out key information, and then draw the graph. So here, let's read the problem one more time. I give you guys about 30 seconds to read the problem. All right, let's see how we can solve this one. So this is a 5-point problem. This is a 4-point problem, all right? Problem 16 is a 4-point problem. So let's see how we can solve it. All right, so let's get started. 3 steps, read the problem. So here we have Alan and Paul are standing in the line. Alan knows that there are 10 people in front of him. Paul knows there are total 23 people. And now we know if Alan is just in front of Paul, how many people in the line are standing behind Paul? So read the problem. Now let's circle out the key information. So we know Alan, there is 10 people in front of him. And we know there are total 23 people in the line. And we already know the position for Paul and Alan. We know Alan is just in front of Paul. So let's do our third step. We are going to draw the graph. Guys, read the problem, circle out key information, and then draw the graph. So let's draw out. So here we have Alan, and here we have Paul. So we know their position. So Alan knows there's 10 people in front of him. There is gonna be 10 people in front of him. And we also know there is gonna be 23 people in total. So how can we get the answer here? We know total 23. That means let's draw a big hug, okay? So here we are going to have 23 people. And we are having some people behind Paul. So how many people are there behind Paul? We can just simply use 23 minus 10. And also we need to minus Alan and minus Paul. And then we will be able to get our result. This gives us 23 minus 12 because Alan and Paul, we have 2 people. So total give us minus 12. Then this is gonna give us 11. Answer choice E, all right? So again, 3 steps to do the word problem. Read the problem, circle out key information. Always circle out key information and then draw the graph, all right? So this is for one of the word problem on the mock test. Let's see what else we have. Another word problem, okay? So I know a lot of people don't really like word problem. However, if you know the steps to do word problem, you will really enjoy doing it, all right? 3 steps. Read the problem, circle out key information, and then draw the graph. Again, let's read the problem. So in a shop, there are only apple and orange. So here, let me just use letter to represent. I have apple, I have orange. The number of apple is 13, more than that of orange. So we have 13 more than that of orange. And the number of orange is half the number of apple. Another key information. Problem asks us how many fruits are there in total. We are going to get the total number. So when you are doing a very complicated word problem, there's another trick. You can actually use some number to mark all those sentences. You see there's some key information. For example, here, I mark number 1. I know in this sentence, I know there's gonna be 13 more than orange. This sentence I need to pay attention. And here I mark 2. So I know this sentence, I know the number of orange is gonna be half of number of apple. So I know there's 2 sentences I need to pay attention. So let's analyze them one by one. Let's do our sentence 1. The number of apple is gonna be 13, more than that of orange. So more than, what operation should we do? Should we do addition or multiplication or subtraction? More than, we should do addition. So we should do addition here. Let's translate this sentence. We know the apple is gonna be is, right? It's just equation side. Apple is 13 more than that of orange. So we have orange plus 13 will give us the number of apple. So now we have apple is equal to orange plus 13 because the number of apple is 13 more than orange. That's what we have from sentence 1. So now we see, is there any other information we can have in sentence 1? No. So we already finished sentence 1. Cross that out. All right. When you have this complicated problem, mark the number on the sentence, and once you finish, cross that out. Okay, moving to sentence 2. The number of orange is half the number of apple. Again, let's translate this sentence. The number of orange is, so equation side, half number of apple. Half of apple. What operation should we do? It's gonna be divide by 2, right? So apple divide by 2. Let's check our equation. Orange is equal to apple divided by 2, meaning orange, the number of orange is half of apple. So that makes sense. So now we are having 2 equations. Is there any other information we can have in sentence 2? No. Okay, so we finished analyzing sentence 2. That gave us these 2 equations. So the problem asks us how many fruits are there in total. How can we solve this equation? So let's say today, let's imagine today you are not going to buy any of orange. So you are going to buy all apples. Okay, so just ignore the first sentence. Let's imagine there's all apples in the store. So we are going to see if we just buy apple in the store, how are we going to solve this problem? From the first equation, we are having apple is equal to 13 plus orange. And then from the second, we are having orange is equal to apple divided by 2. So let's see. Today, we're not going to buy any orange. I am going to buy all apples. What if I don't buy orange? I want to buy apple. So here, this orange can be substituted using the second equation. Orange is going to be equal to apple divided by 2. So now we will see we are going to have apple is equal to 13 plus apple divided by 2. And now we have this equation. The only goal here is to solve the equation. So if you have not learned about how to solve the equation, if you have this equation already, you can actually just find some number and substitute in. You will be able to find the correct answer. If you already know how to solve this equation, you can move this around to see actually letter A divided by 2 will give us the number 13. And we are going to have apple give us 26. And we are going to have our orange, which is give us 13. So we will be able to get the total number. So total number is going to be 39. So here for this equation, guys, if you have difficult time calculate this equation, one trick for you guys. All right. So if you have not learned about how to solve this equation, here's the trick. So I give you the trick how to do it. Substitute the number in the equation and see which one is correct. All right. Put the answer in. For example, here, let's try 26. If we have 26 equal to 13 plus 26 divided by 2, that's one way to do it. And also you are going to get the total number. So that's one way to do it. You are going to put the number and substitute in. All right, find the correct answer. So now we are going to finish this word problem. Again, 3 steps to do word problem. Read the problem, circle key information, and then draw the graph. So now let's move on to another word problem. Today we're having a lot of word problem. All right, this problem is also gonna be a hard one. So again, read the problem. One burger costs how many? $3, and there is a sale. So today we are going to be able to buy 4 burger, just cost $10. So how many burger at most? At most, this is keyword, we can buy with $39. So how can we analyze this problem? Again, I give you guys like 30 seconds, read the problem and write down on your scratch paper. Let's see how you can solve this one. Alright, so here we see today we are going to have a promotion. 4 burgers cost us 4 burgers. I use letter B. Alright, cost us $10. That is the promotion we are going to have. Alright, so if we want to get the most number of burger, we want to use as many as promotion we can have. So here we total have $39. How many times of promotion can we use? We can use 3 times because for each promotion costs us $10. If we use 3 times, that will total cost us $30. So 3 times of promotion, that will cost us $30, and we are going to have 3 multiplied by 4 burgers. That total give us 12 burgers. All right, we have 12 burgers right now. And now how much money do we have left? We are going to have 39 minus the money we cost on the promotion, which is 3 multiplied by 10, 3 times more promotion. We have $9 left. For $9, we still want to buy some burger. How many burger can we buy using $9? We can do 9 divided by 3. So we are going to get 9 burgers. So how many burgers in total can we have? Total is just gonna be add them up. So total we will have 12 burger plus 3 burger. That total give us 15 burger. Answer choice B. So again, read the problem, circle out key information, and then draw the graph or write down the equation. Okay? So another word problem. Here, let's have a summary part for word problem. Everyone pay attention. Read the problem, circle out key information, and draw. Alright, draw the graph or write down the equation. This is super important for you, a technique for you to ace the Math Kangaroo. If you have a very wordy problem, remember you can actually mark the number on different sentences. Right? Let's say we are going to have a very long word problem. Mark all the sentences you think there's any useful information. If you finish one sentence, cross that out. If you finish the second one, cross them out. Right? This is the technique help you to analyze the word problem. So now once you understand how to do the word problem and all the steps to succeed in word problem, let's moving on to some geometry problem. So in this problem, this is a geometry problem for our level 1 and level 2. And again, I give you guys about 30 seconds to consider this problem one more time. All right, you guys can type in the chat box and let me know what answer should we choose. This one is pretty similar to the both problem we do, right? Remember the lake is like a mirror. What about this? This is just a mirror. So how can we solve the problem? All right, very good job, guys. So again, let's read the problem. 21. This is a 5-point problem, a hard one. All right, so let's tackle this 5-point problem. Bob watched the time in the mirror, which is shown below. What is the real time? So here we are having a mirror. Let's say today I'm having a playing card, all right? I'm having a playing card, and this is a mirror. If I am facing the card, I'm reading from left to right. If I face this card to the mirror, I'm actually reading from my right to left. So that is the difference, okay? If you want to really understand this problem, having a book and put that in front of the mirror, you will be able to understand this problem. Here also, I'm giving you this graph, you will be able to understand. For example, here, now I'm facing the card, all right? So I read from left to right, or you are having a book, I'm reading from left to right. If I am facing the mirror, and then I need to reading from right to left. Okay, so now once we understand that, let's see what we have. So now if we reading from right to left, we actually going to have 0, 1 and 0, 8. So that's gonna be our actual time. So answer choice D for this problem. Again, guys, hold a book in front of mirror and see by yourself. This is a very interesting problem, all right? Okay, so you need to hold a book by yourself in front of mirror. You will be able to understand this problem. All right, so now I think this is the final problem we did in today, and also this is also a very tricky problem on the mock test. I think less than 70% of people got it right. So let's see how we can get this problem. How many blue dots are covered by the box? So this is a 5-point problem, a very hard one. 5 points problem. So here we are having a series of bins on the thread, and we don't know how many balls in the box. How many bins in the box? How can we count the bins in color blue? How can we solve that? Okay, let's observe what we have. So here, starting from this point, how many yellow bins do we have? We have just 1 yellow bin, okay? 1 yellow bin. And how many blue bins do we have? Let me use another color. I'm having 1 blue bin. Okay, switch to yellow. How many yellow do we have? I'm still having 1. Okay, so I see I'm still having 1 yellow. Switching to blue. How many bins do we have in blue? 1, 2, 3. Shout out your answer. How many bins are in blue? We're having 2. So here we see, let me circle that out. So this is for blue. This is also for blue. And then moving to another blue. How many bins are in blue? We're having 3. All right, circle that out. How many bins do we have in blue this time? We're having 4. Okay, do we see any pattern? We see the number of blue is just 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what about yellow? Let's check our yellow bin. So here we see for the yellow, it's just 1, 1, and this is 1, and this is 1, this is 1. So here we see for yellow it's just 1, 1, 1, 1, and here we can also see it's 1 and 1. So yellow bin is just used to separate the blue. So we don't need to really see the pattern for yellow. However, we actually see some pattern for blue. So again, we see for blue bin, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. What's next number? If you guys see this pattern, let me write that down here. All right. So if we're starting with number 1, and we're having 2, we're having 3, we're having 4. What's next number? It's gonna be 5. So we know next it's gonna be 5. Is that in the box? Let's double check. Here, how many blue bins do we have at the last? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 outside the box. So what number are we missing here? We are missing 5. 5 is in the box. What about 6? We're having 6 in the box. What about 7? We're having 7 in the box. What about 8? We're having 8 in the box. And now we are having 9 outside the box. So now we already know how many bins we have in the box. Can we get a total? I give you guys a few seconds to count the total number. All right, take your time and let's see what we have. Okay, I see a lot of people got 26. Guys, double check your answer. How can we count the number of bins? Okay, let's get the total. So let's just count how many total we have. We already know those 5 is totally in the box. So let's put that here. And we have 6. Okay, let's start and asking ourselves the problem. Is 7 bins all in box? Yes or no? Yes, all 7 are in the box. What about A? Is A all in the box? Here, what do we see here? Here we are having little 2. This is outside the box, and this is belongs to A. So when we plus A, we need to subtract out this 2. All right. So 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 minus this 2. This is the bins belongs to A. However, it's outside the box. We are going to get how many in the box. So if we do the operation, just pay attention to your calculation. We will be able to get 24. Okay, 24. That's the total number of blue bins in the box. Just pay attention. 2 is outside the box. So again, we are having another pretty much the combination of geometry and calculation problem. Always pay attention. We see the problem is actually not really hard, but can be really tricky. If you don't notice this too, you will get the wrong answer. So let's have our summary here. For level 1 to level 2, we see word problem, geometry, and calculation is the 3 most important problems in this module. And especially for calculation, it's not just about 5 plus 6 or 5 plus 10. 5 plus 10. It can be harder. It's not about harder about how to calculate, but hard about how to analyze the problem. So guys, 3 steps to analyze all the problem. Read the problem, circle out key information, and then draw the graph or write down the expression. And also for lower grade, especially like grade 1 and K, for calculation, we do have some problem involve multiplication and division. So if you don't know how to do those problems, if you still have time, you can actually try to practice by yourself. So for multiplication, it's actually just the same as addition. Alright, so I just give you a quick heads up. For example, 5 multiplied by 3. This means we are going to have 3 of 5 added together. So 3, 5 plus 5 plus 5, 3, 5 add together, we can just use multiplication. So it heads up for grade 1 and K. And here for geometry, we see sometimes you do need a very good imagination of 2D shape and also 3D shape. And sometimes you need to know if you have a shape in front of a mirror, what would you get? And the last part, also the most difficult part for a lot of kids, is the word problem. Read the problem, circle key information, and then draw the graph. All right, I'm emphasizing this several times. It's super important. The steps: read the problem, and circle key information, and then draw the graph. So this is for level 1 and level 2. We see already analyze all past exams. We see all problem actually just falls into word problem, geometry, calculation, and some of them are combinatorics. However, for those 4 and 5 points problem, basically almost all of them are word problem and calculation. So 3 key factors to succeed in Math Kangaroo. The first step, do all the past exam. If you want to ace the Math Kangaroo, you are going to see what kind of problem you have. And also, once you finish all the past exam, you need to summarize all the problem. Summarize all the problem, all right? Put all the problem in the same category. Remember the first example we do in calculation? If I know the total remains the same, actually I can find a lot of other similar problems. You will be able to solve a 5 points problem. So summarize is very important. Put them into the same category. And then you are going to need to improve your good testing skills. We are going to have 75 minutes on the test, so you have plenty of time to do all those problems. Almost 3 minutes for each problem. So do the problem carefully and read the problem, circle key information, draw the graph. And also you need some time to double check your answer. So mock test is very important. You guys already did 1 mock test, and also you need to learn how to double check. So this is 3 key factors to help us succeed in Math Kangaroo. And so how Think Academy can really help you? How can Think Academy really help you to succeed in Math Kangaroo? So for the 3 factors I talk about, do you pass exam? We are going to offer free video solution for past exams. We already have some past exam recorded. So if you are prepared for the Math Kangaroo, we will be able to give you the free video solution. And you will be able to do one problem and you will be able to see the video solution, very detailed video solution. And the second step is to summarize all the problem. So here we already have a Math Kangaroo prep class. And this class is going to be 3 classes. For each class, it's going to be 2 hours. So we are going to have 3 classes to summarize word problem, calculation, and also the geometry. 3, the most important module in Math Kangaroo. So Think Academy is going to be offering Math Kangaroo prep class. Here, this is a QR code. You can actually scan and check our course. And the last step is to have the good testing skills. And we are going to have after class mock test. So we are going to have another mock test as well after class. So you guys can really practice and see if you really improve yourself. So again, this is 3 things you need to do, and also 3 things Think Academy can help you on succeeding the Math Kangaroo. So here we are having some details for the Math Kangaroo prep class. This is the class schedule for Math Kangaroo level 1 and level 2. So here we are going to have 3 classes. It's all on February 10th, 17th, and 24th. We have different time right here. So if you want to check the time, scan the QR code right here. And this course is taught by me. So again, my name is Wenxin. If you don't remember me, I'm gonna be your teacher if you register for the course. All right, so this is the class information for our Math Kangaroo prep class. And this is our QR code. And also, we are going to have some other free resources as well. If you are on WeChat, please scan our WeChat and we will have the groups for you to practice for Math Kangaroo. If you are on WhatsApp, scan our WhatsApp. We will have WhatsApp group for you to practice Math Kangaroo as well. And again, this is the QR code for our course. This is QR for our course. You can check out our course. And this course, again, let me move to this page. So this course is going to be 3 classes. For each class, it's going to be 2 hours. We will be summarizing all the important modules: word problem, geometry, and also calculation. All right, this course is taught by me, and you can scan the QR code, and also you will be able to check all the resources online. All right, so that's all for today's webinar. If you guys have any problem, you guys can type in the chat box.